And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. I apologize for the break, and I apologize for misleading you as well. We were going to jump into Dolan versus Cristiano, but Cristiano, he is missing in action. He is nowhere to be found. Hopefully, he doesn't get walkovered. Oh, there we go. Hopefully, he doesn't get walkovered. Hopefully, we do have a series there. Again, it's going to be an amazing matchup. I do think Dolan has a good chance against Cristiano, only if they do face off though. So fingers crossed that that matchup does occur. Otherwise, we have found ourselves in another best of 3. We're jumping in mid-series, and as we just got notified, we have our Zerg player leading the series 1-0. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate, we have our red Zerg player representing Starlight Twinkle. It is Wayne. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the German Terran player representing Berserker Esports, down in this series, but not out. Not by any means. It is BattleB. Here we go. Again, unfortunately, we missed out on game 1, and we missed out on a couple of series, right? We missed out on Eba versus Lambo, and again, Cristiano versus Dolan has not begun. I would love to cast them. I'd love to jump into them, but Cristiano is still missing. And again, hopefully he does all right. Hopefully he does show up. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that that does happen. As at least we have found ourselves in a lovely Zerg versus Terran matchup. Again, both these players are pretty comparable in skill. I would favor Wayne overall, but I want to believe that BattleB can make a series out of this. Here we go. We do have a Rex Expand standard opener out of BattleB. Meanwhile, Hatch Gas Pool by Wayne. Everything is looking as it should. Everything is looking quite standard for the time being. For the time being, nothing too out of the norm. We're also loading into Hecate, a pretty macro-oriented map as well. There are a lot of choke points, a lot of points of elevation. It can be quite difficult to be aggressive early on, and it is a little bit easier to set up on a 3 and even 4 base setup, which is why it does lead to some longer games. But we'll see if that is going to be the case here as we get into game 2. Reaper has arrived, going to be dancing with these lings. Threatening that mineral line. Gets a bit of damage done on some of those drones. Good pullback here by Wayne. Good control overall. Doesn't lose any lings. Doesn't lose any drones. The queen has arrived and BattleB is forced back. Is forced back for the time being. Is going to rotate around towards the main. Once again though, Wayne able to keep up here. And BattleB, oh my god, going for a 3rd CC before Starport. Very economic opener here out of our Terran player. Going for that faster 3rd CC. Starport is on the way. We have our add-on swap to get into Hellion production. Very meta, very safe play overall. If we do see a Tech Lab on this Rax, we can go for an add-on swap, and we can go for a Banshee base play as well. That is also on the table. That is also viable here for BattleB. But we should have seen one by now, and there it is. Tech Lab in production for, I imagine, Banshee play. Not, it isn't actually quite lined up, though, so we'll see if we commit to Banshees or if we go for a Viking first instead. There it is. Add-on swap is upon us just in time as well. Very crisp build out of BattleB. Banshees are on the way. This is a great way to play safely as well. You can harass, of course, the mineral lines with those Banshees, and you can also shut down any kind of roach-based aggression. I do think this is really smart against Wayne. Wayne, he is known to be a bit of a pupil of Dark in a way, where Wayne, he is willing to embrace roaches quite heavily. Does play a very similar style to Dark. So Banshee-based openers make a lot of sense against Wayne. Hellions, they do try to dive in. So far, Wayne is in position, does zone them away. The Queens, they are able to keep up. And Wayne behind this is happily joining up from this point forward. Ooh, going for a very safe opener. As the Lings, they do shut down the Reaper. Reaper does scout the lair. Again, it's going to be a lair first here at the 4-minute 30 mark. It's a very safe play. This lair leads into a Bailey nest. Speaking of, there's that Bailey nest. And basically the nest is lined up with the lair so we can start up bailing speed immediately. Now, I say this is really safe because what this does is that this delays 1-1. This delays the Evo chambers. So we delay our upgrades in favor of bailing speed and of a faster bailing nest. Now what this does is this does keep you safe against Hellbat pushes. Hellbat pushes, early game aggression from the Terran player. Just a very safe way to open up in ZvT. This does mean, though, that the Terran will be ahead in upgrades. The eBays are well underway here for the Terran player, and they will have that advantage. Meanwhile, Banshees, they have hit the field. We do have 2 of them. They do now move out. I believe Cloak was researched. We do have it. And with this force, BattleB, he can get some economic damage done. As it looks like he wants to go for the Queens. There we go. Does focus one of them down. Queen getting very low here as we do pull back to the safety of the Spore. Lings are in position. Queens as well. Don't even need a transfuse as the Queen does survive. And BattleB doesn't achieve too much with this. It's going to be clearing up some creep, but not much more than that. As Wayne is going Ling Bane into Hydra. Okay. You have my attention. Hydras are on the way behind this. Banshee's rotating over towards the main. They do rotate over. Yeah, they get behind the mineral line. Drones are getting picked off. Got a couple of workers, but only 2 so far. Pretty minimal losses and a manageable amount of losses here for Wayne. Still very much so in control. As a BattleB behind this is going to be transitioning to Bio, of course. We do have our 5-rack setup. Oh, as I say that, we haven't taken our extra gases here at the 4th base, and we are getting up to 8 Raxes. My god, a very aggressive style here out of BattleB. It's been a while, I'll be honest, since I've seen an 8 Rax from a Terran in TVZ, but it's coming. A very aggressive style. Big delay on the 4th base. No 4th base, no 2nd factory. No gases at the 4th, or delayed gases at the 4th. Essentially, from BattleB, this is looking like a 3-base all-in. 3-base all-in from our Terran player. Basically, our signs that we're looking for is another gas at the 4th, 2nd factory, of course, a 4th CC. All these 3 things are missing. And we have just maximum production here on 3 bases, as we can barely sustain 8 Raxes. And Wayne, if he's too greedy, he will be caught off guard. He will be shut down. Wayne, he's taking his 5th, as he already has his 4th base. Banshee's coming in from behind. Wayne, he did run up to 67, but he's, sorry, 76, but he's not running up any further. He's amassing Ling Bane, which is important. He needs an army, because here comes the all-in. BattleB just doubling down. He has 1-1. He has not started 2-2. He could, to be honest, as he does catch a lot of overlords. He does supply block. Wayne, now is not the time. Now is not the time to be supply block. Drones are going down. We zone Wayne away from his own 4th base. And drones are falling. Wayne late to react. He's going to lose a lot of workers. The Queen as well. From here, BattleB backs off. He did a good amount of damage, but he did bleed out some units, and I'm a little bit surprised he didn't commit. But there we go. He's waiting for reinforcements. Here comes the 2nd wave. Wayne, he cannot engage. He's going for it. He's diving on into a massive choke point. The tanks are going to be going down. But can we really chase this off of creep? There are so many Marines. The Bailings are being targeted. We do get all the tanks, but BattleB has a massive army. Wayne does retreat. That was such a bold move. So risky to dive on that army when he did, but it paid off. He reset the tanks. He reset the tank count. That was the backbone of the army. And again, BattleB still not transitioning. Still no gases, still no 4th base. Still nothing else other than just a purely 3-base all-in. He does start 2-2. 2-2 has begun. Spinning off his army, going for a split push. Wayne trying to resaturate his bases, but he does get caught out. A Queen almost goes down. As Wayne, takes down a full medevac. Big pick off. At the same time, we do have another army pushing towards the left. Where are the Bailings? No Bailings in position, and BattleB, he's breaking through. He catches Wayne off guard. Without any Bailings, this base will fall. We're coming in with a little bit. We have 3 Bailings rolling in. Good kiting here out of BattleB. And Wayne will barely get on top of that. Will barely get on top of that tank. Does barely shut it down. And oh my god, Wayne catches Marines. He saves his base. I thought this was a foregone conclusion. I thought the base was going to go down. But no, Wayne, he barely holds. And again, BattleB is still all in. Does catch some Hydras. This is a rough trade for Wayne. So many Hydras going down. Expensive losses for the Zerg. Wayne does overextend. He's pulling back. We need Bailings. We do need some defensive Bailings. Wayne, he's been losing too many drones. He's down to 66 workers. Barely a 3-base economy. Wayne has been struggling, but he does catch another tank. Gets one, gets two. Once again, 2 tanks go down, but the Mass Marine! The Mass Marine does engage. BattleB trading so efficiently here. He catches so many more Hydras. And Wayne, you can see that he's falling in supply. Drop on the right-hand side. This ARAX is 3-base all in from BattleB. It is working. He is breaking Wayne. The hatchery does fall. Wayne loses 6 more drones. He barely has an economy. Wayne, he's becoming all in himself. The problem is that BattleB, he has the better army. Who does lose a couple of Liberators. Like, every now and then, Wayne, he pulls something like this off. He's able to catch out a couple of units. Speaking of, does bleed out some Hydras. This 3rd base looking vulnerable, but reinforcements have arrived. BattleB out positioning Wayne. He gets a kill in the hatchery. Wayne knocked down to 3 bases. BattleB stimming on forward, focusing down even more drones. Yeah, Wayne's fixation here on Hydras. I mean, he does focus down a lot of these Marines. Does get the Marines, does get the medevacs. It's another medevac in the retreat. Okay, this is getting very scrappy. BattleB has been all in this entire time. Now we have a 4th base on location. Wayne becoming all in. Has a comparable army. Where are the tanks? The tanks are in position. A massive amount of Marines as well. Hydras, they cannot fight this. Not head on. And the Hydras, they're gonna know. We stim on forward. We stutter step forward. GG gets called. The Hydra army melts. And BattleB does tie the series 1-1. GG. We are going to the ace match. Going all the way to the ace match. Again, that was an 8-Rax out of BattleB. I haven't seen that in quite some time. And it did catch Wayne off guard. Unfortunately, Wayne was going for a Hydra-heavy composition, and that is not what you want in this scenario. You want more Ling Bane, as much Ling Bane as possible, to be able to survive. And instead, Wayne, he was being greedy, investing so heavily into Hydras. Hydras which need support on their own. They're fragile. On their own, they're vulnerable, as we saw. And BattleB did break through, did pull Wayne apart. And now, we're going to the ace match. We're going all the way to game number 3. Meanwhile, I have confirmation. It was like 5 or so minutes ago, but Cristiano, he has arrived, and he is playing against Dolan. They are mid-series, which is good to hear. Unfortunately, we will miss it. I would have loved to have caught them. So it feels a little bit bad, man. But here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have our red Zerg player. We have our red Zerg representing Starlight Twinkle being forced into the ace match. It is Wayne. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the German Terran representing Berserker Esports. It is BattleB. Here we go. BattleB fighting back, forcing us into game number 3. Now, an ARAX can be scary. It can be terrifying. As we saw, it can hit like a truck. But this is not a build that you want to be relying on. This is a build that you can do to catch your opponent off guard, to really catch them maybe being a little bit too greedy. As we saw, Wayne clearly was not aware of the 8-Rax. He was in the dark as to what the Terran was up to. But again, it's not typically something that can work multiple times in a series. So BattleB will have to deviate away from that 3-base all-in style and bring something different to the table. What can we get into? Now, we are loading into Golden Aura. Golden Aura has a short rush distance by ground. Is pretty defendable on 3 bases, that is true, but because of the short rush distance, if we did want to 8 racks, this would be a good map for it. I'll be honest. It would be a good map for it. Wouldn't oppose BattleB to trying to go for that kind of style, but as I did mention, Wayne is going to be a little more wary of that. He's going to be a little more aware that BattleB is willing to go for these aggressive builds, and Wayne will be keeping his eye out for it. Bear that in mind. As BattleB is going for the Racks Expand, meanwhile, Wayne back at home going for a Hatchcast pool. Standard openers all around, for the time being. Everything is looking as it should. Everything is looking normal. We have that factory follow-up, and it's looking like a third CC before Starport. Looking like an economic opener from BattleB. Likewise, Wayne hiding his drone, looking to take his third base once the Reaper does get revealed. Here we go, the dance has begun. Third base soon to be on the way. Third base has been thrown down. Ooh, the Reaper does get a drone kill. Very nicely done. Wayne a little bit distracted in that moment. Did throw down the hatchery. Did lose a Ling. And will force back that Reaper. So a nice little pick off there by BattleB. He does confirm the third base location. Does get eyes on it. And behind this, we should soon be throwing down our follow-up here. Ooh, actually a lot more aggressive. Okay, I was expecting a third CC before Starport, but no, we have a straight-up 1-1-1. Very aggressive build here by BattleB. A much faster Starport, a much faster add-on swap, much faster Banshees as a result. Or we could even go for Medivacs and faster stim. Again, this stim is quite quick here for BattleB. We don't need to add-on swap. What do we go for? What is our plan? For now, Wayne stabilizing. Okay, we do go for the add-on swap. We are going for Banshee production. But again, we are going to be hyper-fixated on Hellions here. And we could even throw down an armory. My eyes are peeled. My eyes are peeled for an armory. Lings try to dive in. They don't get much done. They are shut down. Hellions have been revealed. Speaking of, well, big catch. BattleB does overextend. One Hellion goes down. Doesn't look like a lot, but because we're delaying our third base, every unit matters so much more here for BattleB. Like, every unit is so valuable. We cannot throw things away. So a pretty big loss for the Terran. And it does mean that his follow-up Hellion push is that much more delayed. It's going to be that much weaker. BattleB going for his tech lab on the Rex. Should be going for stim, I imagine. There it is. Third CC has been thrown down. Very delayed, but on the way nonetheless. So it's not a 2-base all-in. That's what we know for certain. Not going to be a 2-base all-in. Stim is being researched. And we do see Wayne going for a very safe opener. Once again, 4-minute 30 layer timing into a Bailey nest, into fast baiting speed, just like the last game. Very safe play out of Wayne. Will keep him safe against Hellbats. Or against early game aggression. Hellions do push forward. They do move out across the map. Wayne so far in position. Ooh, even delays the third base. Ay, ay, ay. I mean, the third is already late. Even further delayed here by Wayne. Wayne also confirms the third base timing as well. He knows it. He knows himself it's not a 2-base all-in. And Wayne is coming back in to delay the base even further. I won't be able to. As BattleB, he's working towards a 5-rack setup. Pretty standard here on 3 bases. 5 racks in total. Banshees are met by a Queen army. They are forced back. And BattleB hasn't really achieved any economic damage. Not a single drone has gone down. Banshees are going to peel away from the main force. We are headed towards the main. At the same time, Hellions are threatening the left-hand side. Once again, the same style out of Wayne. I'm not too fond of this, but he is going into a Hydra Den. Really fast Hydra Den. It looks like he wants to go for a Hydra heavy composition like we saw in game number 2. We did see it earlier. Banshees threatening the main base. They almost kill a Queen. Almost. Speaking of, Queen's going to be rotating around. We leave our Ling Bane in position to defend against those Hellions. As BattleB is forced back. Now behind this, he's now taking his third. Again, very late third base here by BattleB, but he's working towards 1-1. Combat shields. So far, this late third hasn't been worth it. Typically, you would like your Hellions and Banshees to achieve some economic damage, but that just wasn't the case. As BattleB is moving out with his double drop. But when he does get caught, again, bailing speed is done. We collapse on the Marines. We force a pick up. And Wayne, he does defend. Behind this, Armory is on the way for 2-2. Infestation Bit out of Wayne, taking up quite heavily here in towards Hive. Potentially even Lurkers. As Wayne is fully saturated on 4 bases. Up to 77, soon to be 80 workers. Our 5th base is a little bit delayed, but it should be on the horizon here by Wayne. We could be tempted by the golds, but we should be working towards a triangular 3rd. As BattleB is moving out. Does get caught. Marines do have to lift. And there it is, Hive on the way here for Wayne. Again, it does feel like this 5th base is later than normal, but, you know, the delayed 5th is because of that Hive tech. And there it is. What are we doing with the Hive? Not going to be Ling Bane into Hydra Viper. I mean, we can head towards Vipers eventually, but it's going to be Lurker tech. Hydra Lurker Viper. Going to be on the way for Wayne. Oh, Banshee does get picked up. BattleB doing whatever he can to slow down that creep, to keep his opponent at bay. Gets a lot of creep tumors, that's true, but Wayne still has map control. And is soon to be respreading all that creep. Meanwhile, BattleB, that is a 2nd factory on the way, taking extra gases. Unlike the previous game, remember, these were the signs that we were looking for when it came to a 3-base all-in. BattleB, he avoided these gases, he avoided that factory. We should be working towards a 4th CC. Should be working towards a longer game. 2 underway. 3 more Raxes, 8 in total. That is true. 8 Raxes, but with a factory and with extra gases at the 3rd, we should be looking to expand. Should be. I'll be honest, instead of these 3 Raxes, we should have seen the 4th CC, so I'm a little bit wary. A little bit wary of how aggressive we plan on being. There it is. 4th CC is on the way as BattleB does push. Is going to be moving out. Lurkers are in production as we speak. The creep is lacking is what I will say, so all that creep denied earlier is actually paying off. Meanwhile, Wayne looking to try to come in from behind. Doesn't quite engage though. Does pull back. Very quick siege by BattleB. As he does keep on pushing. But there are Lurkers lying in wait on top of that ramp. Marines trying to push on forward. They do reposition. They rotate over towards that 4th, or towards that 5th. Vipers have arrived, and we can collapse on this army. Show us the blinding clouds. And there they are. They cover 2 of those tanks. You have a solid line behind this, but again, don't have another blinding cloud available. Not yet. A decent engage out of Wayne. He cleans up 2 of those tanks. He retains his Lurker lead. He retains his Lurker army. And he's remaxing on more Ling Bane. BattleB going for a drop. Is spotted by the Ling. Is spotted by the Zonaga. Is going to have to retreat. Oh, a couple of Lurkers do get caught out. Nice catch from BattleB. As we are committing, we're pushing towards the 3rd base. There are a lot of tanks, but they're exposed. The tanks, they are exposed. Where are the Vipers? They're coming in a little bit late. Big spine shot's going to be going off. Yeah, the Vipers are back at home, gathering up NG. They're not a part of this, but we do deny the 3rd. It was an expensive trade by Wayne. Looking at the units lost, we lost 6 Lurkers in the process. Oof. That's a lot of Lurkers going down. can we get the tank? It's so close. Oh, we do barely get the tank. SCVs are falling. BattleB pushing towards the left-hand side without his tanks, just with his bio army. Oh, but this one lure, oh my god, it's getting so much done. 10 SCVs. 11 workers go down. At the same time, we collapse on the bio army. Lurkers from behind, lurkers from the front. Ooh. Big spine shots here on the army. Good parasitic bombs as well. Oh, as the medevacs, they stack up and so many go down. Late split out of BattleB. And Wayne, he's in the driver's seat. He has lost a lot of creep. That's one thing I will say, is that the creep has been stifled. But the base count is looking solid. The army is maxed out. So Wayne is snowballing out of control. He does retain his Vipers once again. Yeah, pushing on forward. Focuses down one of the tanks. Gets the other. Liberations have arrived, but there's not enough freedom. There's just barely not enough freedom. Both Liberators will be targeted down by the Hydras. And Wayne, he's again very much so in control. BattleB in a lot of trouble. Wayne is taking more bases, expanding all around the map. We're yoinking the tanks, both of them. A GG gets called. There's just an overwhelming swarm, and Wayne will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations here as Wayne does advance on, does take down his opponent 2-1, and will make it here to, I believe, the round of 16. My condolences to BattleB. He had a great showing, especially in that second game. Had a great showing, but unfortunately does meet his end, and Wayne actually advances on to the quarterfinals. GG, well played. My condolences to BattleB. Again, he had a good run, but his run does end here. And we can take a moment to have a look at the bracket.